I was good enough to go pro. My coaches said it, scouts watched me, and I still failed. Not because I wasn't talented, but because I was training the wrong thing. See, while I was perfecting my first touch, the kids who made it, they were perfecting their first thought. And by the time I realized football is a game played in the mind before it's played on the pitch, I was already 3 years too late. But you're not. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 invisible skills that separate YouTube highlight reels from professional contracts. This is everything I wish someone had told me before it was too late. I trained 6 days a week for 9 years. I had the work ethic, I had the passion, and I never made it past semi-pro. Not because I wasn't good enough at 17, but because at 12, no one ever taught me how to think like a professional. See, most players train their feet. The ones who go pro, they train the 6 inches between their ears first. And by the time I figured that out, I was already 3 years behind kids who moved like they could see the future. But here's the thing. What I'm about to show you is exactly what I wish someone had shown me before it was too late. And if you're still young enough, still hungry enough, this might be the difference between watching the game on TV and playing it for real. Let me be brutally honest with you. You're not going to go pro because you can do a fancy flick. You're not going to get scouted because your stepovers look clean in your garden. The players who make it, the ones who sign contracts while you're still posting highlight reels, they've mastered something most coaches don't even talk about. And it starts with something I call the silence principle. Sounds strange, right? But listen, when you receive the ball, there's this tiny moment, maybe half a second, where nothing happens. Most players panic. They take a touch, look up, then decide. But the elite, they've already decided. Watch Xavi. Watch Modric. Before the ball even reaches them, their head's on a swivel. Their body's already half turned, and they know whether they're playing forward, holding, or recycling. That silence isn't empty. It's loaded. Bernardo Silva doesn't take 3 touches because he needs to control the ball. He takes them because he's manipulating the defender's patience, waiting for that half step forward, that tiny weight shift that opens the lane. The difference between you and a professional isn't physical. It's that they've turned chaos into a language, and they're fluent. You're still learning the alphabet. Here's the truth. If you're reacting to the ball, you're already too late. Now, you've probably been told to scan more about 1,000 times, and it sounds so obvious it's useless. But let me tell you about something deeper. Spatial memory banking. This isn't just looking around. This is downloading the entire game into your subconscious before you even touch the ball. Thiago Alcantara doesn't just glance over his shoulder, he's mapping. He knows where the center back is lazy. He knows which midfielder presses high. He knows the right back tucks in. And once he knows, he doesn't need to look again. His brain's already built the chessboard. So when the ball comes, he's not thinking, he's executing from memory. You see it in his eyes right before he receives. There's this calm, like he's bored. And that's because he is. He solved the puzzle 10 seconds ago. You want to know why you get caught on the ball? Because you're trying to read the book after the exam started. The pros read it during warm-ups. They read it during the national anthem. They read it while the other team's celebrating a corner. And here's the kicker. Your body can only move as fast as your mind can see. You don't play faster, you see earlier. Let me tell you about something that changed everything for me when I finally understood it. Too late, but still. It's called the gravity shift. Every time you touch the ball, you're not just moving it. You're moving every single player on the pitch. Think about it. When you pass to your right back, their left winger has to shift. When he shifts, their midfielder adjusts. You're not a player, you're a conductor. And bad players, they think their job is to complete the pass. Good players know their job is to create the next pass. Watch how Rodri receives under pressure. He doesn't just shield and lay it off. He opens his body in a way that drags 2 players towards him, and suddenly there's a massive hole behind them. He didn't dribble past anyone. He didn't even beat anyone. He just tilted the field. That's gravity. That's power. And no one's teaching you this because it doesn't look flashy on Instagram. But this is what scouts see. They're not watching your footwork.
They're watching what happens to the game when you touch the ball. Do players collapse towards you? Do they ignore you? Do pockets of space appear in dangerous areas? The ball is a magnet. Learn to control what it attracts. Here's where most players lose the game before it even starts, and I did too. I used to think positioning was about being in the right place, but that's beginner stuff. Real positioning is what I call the shadow game. It's about being in the place your opponent doesn't want you to be. Let's talk about Thomas Muller. Weird player, right? Looks awkward, doesn't dribble much, not especially fast, and yet he's one of the most dangerous forwards in modern football. Why? Because he lives in between. Not with the striker, not with the midfield, in the gap. And that gap, it breaks teams. Defenders hate it. If the center back steps up, Muller spins in behind. If he drops, Muller's free between the lines. He's not where the ball is. He's where the ball is going to be, and where no one else wants to defend. You're probably standing where it's comfortable, where your teammates expect you, where your coach told you to stand in training. The pros? They stand where it's uncomfortable, where it causes problems, where the opposition has to make a choice, and every choice is wrong. You're not looking for space. You're creating tension. And now, the thing that separates the dream from the contract, what I call the echo touch. Most players think in single actions. I pass, I move, I receive. Linear, one-dimensional. But the best players think in loops. Every action creates the conditions for the next one. David Silva doesn't just pass and hope. He passes with a curve that forces the receiver to open their body a certain way. That body shape determines where the next pass goes. And he's already moving there. It's not luck, it's architecture. He's building the play 3 passes ahead. You ever wonder why some players seem to always be available? Why they're never tightly marked? It's because they're not just reacting to the game, they're writing it. Every movement is an invitation. Every pass is a setup. And by the time the defense realizes what's happening, the ball's already in the net and they don't even know who scored. You think you're playing football. The pros are playing 4D chess. Your current touch should make your next one easier. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Talent matters, genetics matter, luck matters. But those things are out of your control. What you can control, your ability to see the game before it happens, to make decisions in silence, to move players without ever touching them. That's not talent. That's training your mind to work faster than your feet. That's what separates the kid who gets released at 16 from the one who signs at 18. And here's the hard truth. No one's coming to teach you this. Not your coach, not your dad, not some random skills channel telling you to do toe taps in your driveway. You have to seek it. You have to obsess over it. You have to watch matches and ignore the ball. Watch the player about to receive. Watch what they do 2 seconds before. Watch their hips. Watch their eyes. This is your permission slip to stop playing like everyone else, to stop chasing the highlight and start chasing the decision. Because at the end of the day, the players who make it aren't the most skillful, they're the most intelligent. And intelligence can be trained. So here's what I want you to do. Next match you play, doesn't matter if it's a kickabout or a cup final. I want you to play with one rule. Before you receive the ball, decide. Not after, not during, before. And if you can do that for 90 minutes, you'll feel something shift. You'll feel faster without sprinting. You'll feel calmer under pressure. You'll feel like you've been playing a different game this whole time. If you want to go deeper, if you want training methods, decision-making drills, and film breakdowns you can actually use, I've built something for people like us. Check the link below. It's free, and it's everything I wish I had when I was 15 and still thought going pro was about how hard you could shoot. It's not. It's about how clearly you can see. Let's get to work.